Hi, this is Parul from Bliss Yoga, and today I wanted to share with all of you some of the techniques that I use in my kids yoga classes to help kids hold the pose for long. Kids might not hold the pose for long, maybe they find it simply boring, or they might not have that much body awareness as of now. So these are some of my favorite techniques that I use in my kids yoga classes to help kids hold the poses for longer and engage them in the yoga practice. So my first technique that I use in my classes is visualization. So what I would do is, for example, kids are doing butterfly pose. So I will ask them to just keep holding their butterfly pose and then just close their eyes and then just think about, what is the color of the butterfly they are thinking right now. So I will tell them to just keep thinking about it and share it once we are, done with our visualization. What is the butterfly doing? Is it flying or is it sitting still on the flower? So this is the way for me for helping kids to hold the poses for longer. So this is a butterfly pose, and I also do similar thing in flower pose. I will ask kids to hold the flower pose, and then again similar thing, I will ask them to close their eyes and think about the flower they are thinking right now. What is the color of the flower they are thinking, and anything else that you would like to add in here, you can add in. So visualization is one way that I help kids to hold the poses for longer. Second way is partner yoga. So kids really enjoy, being with their friends. So in that way also I've seen kids are really engaged and they are able to hold the poses for longer. So that is second. Third is that I keep interacting with the kids. So for slightly older kids especially, I would ask kids, where are you feeling the stretch? Are you feeling any body part more stiffer than the other? Is it the right side that's more stiffer or the left side? Are you feeling any stronger sensation anywhere? So I think this practice helps them to hold the poses for longer. They are engaged in the pose, and it also helps them to build body awareness. So these are my three ways that I do help kids to hold the poses for longer. There are a few more, which I have learned in my TTC when I did my teachers training. They're common, but I would still share. Maybe it will help some of you. So one of the common way for helping kids hold the poses for longer is props. So you can use props to help kids hold the pose for longer. Props can be like soft toys. So if kids are in like balance pose, like tree pose or warrior 3, you can put a very lightweight soft toy on their head and then ask them to balance. Notice suddenly they are really focused because their whole attention span is that to make sure that the toy doesn't fall. So they will really be focused in balancing the pose. So you can try that, or you can put like a book or anything which is very gentle, or in the plank pose also. Sometimes I would put a book on their plank and they will be holding the pose for longer. So props are really good. So there are many props that you can use for kids yoga: soft toys, breathing ball, or singing bowl. I use singing bowl for helping kids hold the pose for longer. Also, I will just ask them, if they're in any pose, I will just ask them to close their eyes and just listen to the singing bowl as long as they can and hold the pose. There are many, creative ways of using props to help the kids hold the pose for longer. So props. Second is counting. So you can ask kids to count with you, or they can count on their own. So you can ask kids to count in the pose, suppose like tree pose, plank pose, just so they count with you and they are again engaged in the pose for longer. Third is you can share any interesting facts. Butterfly, you can ask them, okay, are you aware of the life cycle of a butterfly? So then one by one, maybe they can share, what are they aware of life cycle of a butterfly? Or do you know that how long does koala sleep? Do you know that it sleeps for 22 hours? So when they're in the koala pose, you can talk about interesting facts. Or are you aware that owl is a nocturnal bird? So, or they're doing pyramid pose, you can talk about pyramids. So depending on what pose they're doing, you can share some fact about that, and it helps them to hold the poses for longer. If they have come from their holiday, you can ask them to be, suppose they're in cobra pose. You can ask them, okay, just tell me one highlight about your holiday. In the poses, you can share some interesting facts, or maybe just interact with them, talk to them. So these are few of the techniques that I really feel are very useful in helping kids hold the poses for longer. I hope it will help some of you. Do share what are the other techniques that you use in your kids yoga classes to help kids hold the poses for longer. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day ahead. Namaste.